On June the 23rd, 2022, 22-year-old Christopher Hawley visited Six Flags Magic Mountain with his younger brother and cousin for what was meant to be a nice day out at one of California's most iconic amusement parks. But after riding the park's signature X2 roller coaster, a high-speed, fourth-dimensional ride, Christopher would suffer a catastrophic head injury, and less than 24 hours later, he was dead. His sudden and tragic death has raised serious questions about the ride's safety, sparking an ongoing legal battle and renewed scrutiny of the attraction. So what happened that day? Let's talk about it. This is the infamous X2 disaster, the death of Christopher Hawley. Six Flags Magic Mountain, located in Valencia, California, is one of the most iconic theme parks in the world. It opened on May the 29th, 1971, originally developed by SeaWorld founder George Milley and the Newhall Land and Farming Company. In 1979, Six Flags purchased the park, integrating it into its national chain. Covering around 209 acres, Magic Mountain has grown steadily over the decades, evolving from a regional amusement park to a destination recognised worldwide for its attractions. It currently boasts 19 roller coasters, holding the world record for the most roller coasters in a single park. Magic Mountain features several themed sections, including DC Universe, Baja Ridge, the Underground, and the Screenpunk District, each with distinct attractions and entertainment. The park attracts approximately 3 million visitors annually, making it one of the most visited parks in the world. Throughout its history, Magic Mountain has been known for pushing the boundaries of roller coaster design, introducing groundbreaking rides such as Tatsu, a flying coaster, Goliath, a giant hypercoaster, and Twisted Colossus, a hybrid wood and steel roller coaster. Among these iconic rides is X2, one of the park's star attractions. X2 is one of the most technologically advanced and intense roller coasters ever built. Located in the Baja Ridge section of the park, it was originally opened to the public in 2002 under the name X, marking the world's first four-dimensional roller coaster, a ride type where seats rotate independently off the track. X was manufactured by Aerodynamics, a company known for pioneering innovations in its coaster engineering. However, the ride faced frequent maintenance issues in its early years. In 2008, it underwent a major refurbishment and reopened as X2, featuring updated trains, improved reliability, redesigned effects, and a new colour scheme. The ride stands at 175 feet tall, with a first drop of 215 feet, thanks to its terrain layout. It reaches speeds of up to 76 miles per hour and lasts approximately 2 minutes. Unlike traditional roller coasters, X2 seats are mounted on winged arms that extend off the track, allowing them to rotate 360 degrees forwards and backwards during the ride. X2 features 2 Raven turns, half loops that abruptly reverse direction mid-air, along with forwards and backwards flips, sudden drops, and high-speed twists. Audio effects and onboard speakers were added during the renovation, as well as flamethrowers near the ride's final brake run to heighten sensory impact. The overall experience is highly aggressive, often described as one of the most physically intense coasters in the world. Each train on X2 consists of 6 cars, and each car has 4 seats, with 2 seats mounted on each side of the track. Riders are secured with individual over-the-shoulder harnesses and seat belts, both necessary due to the multi-directional nature of the ride. Since reopening as X2, the ride has become a standout attraction at the park, often drawing long lines and consistently ranking among the top steel coasters in enthusiast polls. On June the 23rd, 2022, 22-year-old Christopher Hawley boarded X2 for what was supposed to be another exciting ride. He was accompanied by his cousin and younger brother, seated in the row behind him. Christopher, a recent graduate at San Diego State University, was described by family as healthy and active. What happened next would lead to devastating consequences. That day, he visited Six Flags Magic Mountain with his cousin and younger brother. According to accounts provided in the subsequent lawsuit, the three decided to ride X2, a coaster that they had been on previously. Christopher sat alone in his row, with his brother and cousin seated behind him. The ride operated as expected, intense, fast, and physically demanding. However, during the course of the ride, they complained that the roller coaster was extremely rough and jerked its riders around like ragdolls. At the end of the ride, as the train returned to the station, It reportedly came to a sudden and violent stop, which jolted the riders in their seats. Immediately after disembarking, Christopher showed signs that something was very wrong. His younger brother, Alex, said, "He just looked very red. Something just wasn't right, and then he eventually just collapsed on his way off the ride." Before this, he appeared dazed and confused, and complained of severe head pain. After he collapsed, he became unresponsive. His brother who was with him quickly sought help. Paramedics were called, and Christopher was transported to a local hospital. Doctors discovered that he had severe internal brain bleeding. Despite efforts to stabilise him, his condition continued to worsen. Christopher Hawley was pronounced dead the following day, on June 24th, 2022. The Los Angeles County coroner listed the cause of death as head trauma resulting from a park ride accident. Although the exact moment of the injury during the ride is unclear, the timeline and medical findings pointed to the ride's experience itself as the source of the fatal trauma. According to the family's attorney, Christopher was in good health prior to the incident, with no known pre-existing conditions. Following his collapse and death, Six Flags Magic Mountain briefly shut down the X2 roller coaster. However, they later reopened the ride that same day. In the weeks that followed, his parents Anne and William Hawley began seeking answers. Medical professionals had confirmed that the head trauma sustained during the ride was the cause of his death, yet details remained scarce. Frustrated by the lack of information and accountability, the Hawley family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against several parties involved in the design and operation of X2. The lawsuit, originally filed in 2023 and updated in 2024, named Six Flags Magic Mountain, Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, and S&S Worldwide, the company that owns the rights to the 4D coaster design, as defendants. They accused the three of negligence, wrongful death, design defects, and a failure to warn riders of potential injury risk. It further alleges that the ride's design, including the sudden directional flips and violent braking system, creates a dangerous environment, especially during the ride's abrupt stop at the end. The family's attorney, Annie Friedman, also noted that this was not the first time X2 had been associated with serious injuries. Past incidents allegedly included whiplash, head injury, and leg trauma, although those did not result in fatalities. The family argued that Six Flags was either aware or should have been aware of the risks posed by the ride. In public statements, Six Flags has denied all claims, asserting that the ride was operating within proper safety standards and that there was no mechanical malfunction or evidence of wrongdoing. They have not publicly disclosed any findings from an internal investigation, and no regulatory agency has made public statements confirming a mechanical fault. The lawsuit remains ongoing, with the Hawley family continuing to seek accountability. In interviews, Christopher's parents have spoken openly about the emotional toll the incident has taken on them. His mother, Anne Hawley, said, "There's no outlet for this grief. We went from a happy family of 4 to a grieving family of 3 because of tickets that I purchased for them to go and have a fun day." Their legal team continues to push for greater transparency from Six Flags and has called on the company to release documentation about the ride's braking system, restraint design, and any prior incidents involving injuries. As of now, the X2 ride remains operational, but his parents believe there is more to this story. Reflecting on the lack of response from Six Flags, his father said, "They won't explain to us what happened. They've essentially gone dark. The only way we've been able to contact them is through our attorney." May Christopher Hawley rest in peace. As always, this is not an AI channel, I do everything myself, and if you appreciate my work, subscribe, and if you want to go the extra step to support the channel, maybe consider becoming a member. Let me know what you thought about this case in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.